Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is an idea that Dallas gave me about reaching for makeups that I just don't see or don't reach for in the back of a drawer, however it happens. And I thought, that's actually a good idea. Though I do shop my stash for every single makeup look. I pick out makeup based on my mood. So it's different all the time. But there are things that even though they're maybe on the shelf behind me, I just don't see them. And so today I made a concentrated effort to look for things I just don't see anymore. And that's what I did. So all of it is on my face. It's almost a full face. If you want to see all the products that I used, stick around, we're going to get into it. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, you can do that now. I upload several videos every week, and if you click on the little bell and choose all, YouTube will notify you when I upload a new one. And you can choose to watch it or not. It's totally up to you. Either way, I appreciate it. Zero pressure from me. All right, I'm about to have a very naked face. Brace yourself. All right, here we go. A full face of makeups I forgot about or just don't see. So let's start with the eyes. Obviously, mine are taped up. And I have the new Neutrals palette from Gloss Gods. I haven't even used this yet. I know I swatched it, but I haven't actually used it. And I can tell you right now, I will not be able to use this shade or this one. This one feels like a straight up glitter. And this one is one of those really flaky, beautiful, shiny, sparkly shades, but I just can't use them on my eyes. So I primed with my MAC paint pot and I did my brows. The only things I did not have forgotten or unreached for bits. But I do want to start with this shade right here. It's called Never Shy. And it's like a green, gold, orange, multi-chrome. I swatched it this morning and it was absolutely knock your socks off. Gorgeous. So I'm really, really excited for that. So we're going to start with that one. Excuse me. And this has the consistency of one of like the Divina Cosmetics eyeshadows, just silky smooth and absolutely gorgeous. And we're trying this with a Rephr 28. And so far, I think it's working. But I want to try, I have this flat brush that I got from that set of Moda brushes. I don't know if I've told you about them yet, but okay. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, 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 yes. This is the brush for this eyeshadow. Holy moly. Am I piling on too much? I don't know. We'll see. That is absolutely gorgeous. The Look for Rainbows palette is the other one I have from Gloss Gods, and that's the first palette that I got just so overwhelmed by how beautiful the shimmery multi-chrome shades were that I ended up putting them on my face. I just couldn't not. They were so beautiful. I just had to swatch them on my face. I don't think this needs to be wet, but should I try it wet? Good Lord, that's beautiful. Holy shnikes. Over here, we might as well wet it, right? So I sprayed my brush. I feel like this is the kind of formula that if you were comfortable using your fingers to put it on, it would be stunning straight out of the gate, probably without wetting it and without applying many, many, many layers. I just want to see what we can get it to do. Oh my gosh, in the mirror, that is like chrome. It's so reflective. Now I'm spraying the eyeshadow itself, not just the brush. I hate to sound like a broken record, but boy, howdy. That is beautiful. I think I want to take this shade right here called Cute Stuff and just get that going on the outer part of my lid and crease a little bit. I found the brush. It was sitting right in front of me. Alexa, turn the heat down to 75, please.
The heat's set to 75.
That was loud. Sorry. I had the music going when I wasn't filming. All right, so now we're going in with Cute Stuff. With a name like that, how can I not? Kind of an olivey brown color. That's really, really pretty. I thought it was going to be darker, but it's not, and it's blending nicely. Let me grab a different brush. Just went back in for a little bit more, my rep for 13. Just gonna buff over the edge. What was that shade called? Never Shy. Okay. So the reason I decided to do this video, I was talking to Dallas, shocker, I know. And I told him I had to film a video. And he said, what are you filming? And I said, I'm not really sure yet. And he was like, well, why don't you use something you haven't used for a while? He's like, I know darn well you have tons of stuff you haven't used or haven't even noticed that you have. And I was just like, you know what, kiddo? That's a really good idea, because there are things that I haven't reached for. All of these I haven't reached for because either I just didn't open that drawer or get into that area. We're gonna go in with Center Stage right here just to deepen that up a little bit. And I don't know about you, but a lot of times I'll put something where it's not supposed to be, kind of in my way. So I'll see it and remember to whatever it is. If it's, mail, go through it, makeup, use it. But after a while, I stop seeing it. So it only works if it hasn't been there very long. You know what I mean? Like eventually you can just stop seeing it if it's there all the time. And that's what happened with some of these. Like my foundation drawer, open the foundation drawer and I see the same things all the time. You just kind of stop noticing other things. So I thought this was a pretty good idea. It's kind of along the lines of, shopping my stash, like back of the drawer type of thing. But when I do my makeup, I always shop my stash. I keep nothing out except for the foundation I wanted to use. Every single time I pick out my makeup, I go into all my drawers and I kind of look and just pick things based on how I feel. All right, I cleaned off that brush. I'm gonna go to this shade right here called Oh She's Pretty. It's just a matte bone color. And I wanna put that on in here a little bit, I think. Yeah, I think that's good. Just a little something to blend out that shimmer without adding any darkness. There we go. So I will say the darkest shade in here, called Center Stage, isn't super dark, but it's dark enough that it gave me what I wanted. Yay! All right, let's take off the tape. Very nice. Had I been being even a little bit careful, I wouldn't have gotten any fallout. I'm going to use this Urban Decay. What are you? It's like a giant eyeshadow stick liner thingy, and this is in the shade, I swear I just saw Mildew. It's in the shade Mildew. I'm going to line my waterline, and then I'm going to put on some of this Smashbox Super Fan Mascara, which I haven't reached for in ages, some lashes, and then I'll come back and we can do all of the rest of the bits together. I do have a full face. Okay, liner and lashes are on. These are a pair that I got in a pack of like 10 off of Amazon. So far, they're my favorite. They go on so easy. They look pretty dramatic, and I'm really liking them. Unfortunately, I'll never be able to find them again because they come in a pack of 10. I would like to be able to just buy these. For foundation, I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation. I just shook it so you can't see. It's only down about that far. I don't love this foundation. It looks really kind of heavy on me, so I never reach for it. It's right in front and like it's right there. I shouldn't miss it, but I definitely do. I think mostly because I don't love it. So we're gonna put it on today. This shade I think is also a bit light for me. But don't panic, we have plenty of bronzer that we can fix this with. I like to blend this out with a sponge because it's so full coverage. I probably could like add like moisturizer or something to it. Maybe I'll try that one of these days. I'm just getting most of the product off the brush. There is, okay, there was a cat hair on it. Now the cat hair is on my face. Yay, that's gonna be super comfy. So I'm just gonna blend this out with my sponge. Okay, that's on and blend it out. I did blend it out with my sponge. I think you saw that. And right now it looks okay. Like I don't mind how it looks, but I always feel like as the day wears on, it gets less cute. But we'll see. Maybe I haven't used it in long enough that it looks better now. Who knows? So for concealer, I grabbed my Maybelline Superstay Activewear 30 Hour Concealer. I know I've used this, 100% certain I have. I just can't remember what I think about it. So we're gonna put it on. It's one I never ever reach for. And since my memory is so terrible, I don't know if it's because I didn't like it or if I just forgot about it. So we're gonna find out. Just a little bit. There. And per usual, go over everything with the sponge I used to blend out my foundation. Just to make sure everything's looking okay. I mean, both are very, very good coverage. I can barely see my sunspots on this side. Okay, I lied right to your face. All I can be is sorry. I don't have forgotten powder, which kind of is a good. It means I use my powders. I just use the Believe Beauty from Dollar General to set my face. So that's good. I like that for the most part, I don't forget about my makeups. But for contour, I have this Makeup Geek bronzer that came in a blind bag forever ago. And this I've always used as a contour because it's a contour shade for me, not a bronzer. So I'm gonna contour the usual places with this. Oh, found the cat hair. Okay, I know, looking like a crazy person with my little mustache, but I really do kind of like the way it looks. Not kind of, I really do like the way the contour looks once everything is blended out. My top lip has just gotten smaller and smaller over the years, and I want a bigger one, but I'm not doing any kind of cosmetic procedures at this point in my life, so I'll just bake it with some contour. Okay, I know it looks very, very stark, but it'll come together. You might think, Jan, that's new. We haven't seen that before. That's how old this is and how often I don't reach for it. It's the Tarte Park Ave Princess. I remember wanting this so bad, and I used it and used it and used it. It's just chiseled like a diamond. It's just so big. It's got these nice light shades that I never knew how to use. I do now. And then it's got a couple of shimmery bronzers and a couple of matte bronzers. So we're gonna go into this latest one right here. These have names, Princess Cut. And we'll try that as the bronzer. I remember when I used this, it was mostly in the summer when I was pretty tan, but this is an old palette. Just going in with a little bit of that. That looks pretty darn good. Or it's just me. What do you think? Looks pretty nice. Once I go in with my finishing powder, everything should look pretty nice and blended. Right now we're just putting it down. Okay, for blush, I have this little e.l.f. quad. This is in the shade Light. And it has 4 different shades, very, very different. This one seems to have a bit of a sparkly sheen to it. I think I'm gonna boop back and forth between these two to get what is hopefully a good color. We shall see. All right, so far so good. Like setting powder, I don't have any finishing powders that I don't reach for. I only have the L'Oreal and the Dior. So I'm going to put on my little moles and buff everything out with my L'Oreal finishing powder, which actually, it's a powder foundation, but I like it as a finishing powder. And then I'll come back and we'll do highlighter and finish up the under eye and do lips, and we'll be done. See, I really think everything looks a little bit less crazy since we went over it with the buffing powder, the finishing powder. For highlight, I have this Ace Beauté Glow Essentials Highlight Palette. I never, ever reach for it, and look how pretty that is. I think we'll go in with this one for my face, and maybe this one for the inner corner. That could be pretty. But let's start with my face. We'll use the shade Glowing. I don't know why I never reach for this. It's really pretty. Yeah, that's lovely. All right, let's do my nose. To the brow bone area. I love this brush so much. It's my Rose and Ben E27. It's such a good like highlighting brush, especially for like the inner corner. I'm going to show you. We're going to go with that shade Icy. It just fits beautifully. Love, love, love it. Okay, I don't know if you noticed or not, I did make a little mole on the zit that is healing. So I'm gonna go back into the eyeshadow palette for the lower lash line. And I think I'm just going to use, let's see, Center Stage right there for the outer portion, and then I think we have to use the Never Shy on the rest of the lower lash line. All right, let's stop now before things get farther out of control. I'm going to use this Melt liquid lipstick that I got in the mystery box. I've never used it. We're going to use it today. In fact, I just took it out of the box. I'm going to use the Melt lip liner. So I'm going to put these on and use a little bit of the Super Fan mascara for my lower lash line. I will add some more highlight to my, some highlight to my Cupid's bow. I'll come back, show you the final look, and we can wrap this up. All right, that is everything. Let's zoom you in so you can see the eyes up close. Hopefully you can see the color. All right, I'm gonna zoom you out and we'll wrap this up. Okie dokie, I definitely would not pair this lip with this eye look, you know, but it's the only lipstick I haven't reached for in a while, so it made sense to grab it. It was brand spanking new. Why not have a little bit of fun? So let me know if you find this happening to you. Do you just like stop seeing products in your makeup collection or just kind of look over them and then forget to reach for them? I'm super interested. I know I have probably more makeup than the average makeup wearer, but my collection's not super huge. So I don't know. I just like playing with it. And I do tend to reach for something new all the time, unless it's that Blend Bunny highlighter. Anyway, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you being here today. Be good, and remember to be kind to you.